I'm here to share my testimony, and I'll start with the fact that I've always had just such an advanced memory that I have strong memories from being 2 and 3 years old. By the time I was 3, I would say my memory really kicked in, and by the time I was 4 and 5, I was definitely in full-fledged conversations with the Lord, and at times staying up late at night talking to the Lord. I had a sick mother who had suffered from significant mental illness, alcoholism, and just oftentimes she wasn't well. So, and then being an only child, I spent a lot of time alone. There was times that I was hungry, times that I was scared, and the fortunate thing was my mother was involved in the Jehovah's Witness congregation from the time I was 3 years old, and she would go off and on, obviously, because she was ill, and so she would have times where she was doing better, and we would go, and then, times where she was just rock bottom. But at age 2, just before I turned 3, there was this doll that I really wanted, and one thing about my mom that I just appreciate so much, and I know others who knew about my childhood had said that, well, at least my aunt, her older sister who helped raise me, she had always said that, like, my mother's love for me was something that wasn't questionable. Like, even though she was sick and oftentimes neglectful and even, unfortunately, abusive at times, like, you could tell, like, my mom she really did deeply love me. And, I will say that one of my mom's love languages, which I probably adopted from her, is like gifts, like physical gifts. And so, my mom is just always like, and my kids have figured this out. I have 3 boys, and they've figured this out over the years. Like, if you really want something and it's like a material thing, the best person to probably ask is grandma, because she's just always kind of been like that. So there was this doll. I was 2 years old, almost 3, about to turn 3, and I was like, mommy, I really want this doll. And so it was expensive. I can't remember. Back then, early 80s, it was around $100, maybe more. And so I think my mom thought that if she set this bar really high, that basically I wouldn't get the doll. So what she said is she'd give me a penny for every word that I sounded out in the Bible. And this was like, an old school Bible. And I think this was even before my mom got involved in the Jehovah's Witnesses. So, which is something interesting I'm thinking about now. But my mom did, my mother's mother, who I'm named after, she was Catholic. Her parents came from Ireland, or her dad for sure came from Ireland, and they were, pretty conservative Roman Catholics. And I'm named after her. My mother named me after her mother. But yes, so my mom had